What does 828 horsepower sound like? If you're thinking of a certain monster truck, you're not wrong. But this is the new Lucid Gravity, and the idea is to make that much power feel refined rather than rambunctious. Welcome to our channel. This is the first in a series where we take new vehicles for a spin and bring you everything you need to know about their specs, tech, style, and price tag. Let's dive in. Open on a slow exterior pan. Headlights waking, crisp body reflections. Then a glide over the long roofline and rear glass. The Gravity's headline numbers are striking. An EP range up to 450 miles and power figures that climb into the 800s of horsepower on higher trims, which immediately changes the conversation about what a family SUV can be. Home Lucid Motors. We'll start with an elevator pitch so you know what to expect. The Gravity promises long-range touring and rapid charging that dramatically shortens road trip downtime, refined luxury materials and space, and performance that surprises for a vehicle this size. Cut 2. Stack card graphics. Up to 450 miles. Up to 828 horsepower. 200 miles in 11-minute charging. Seats up to 7. Use a confident calm VO. This is luxury with restraint, not shouting specs. Lucid Motors talk about the design next. From the outside, the Gravity reads like a stretched, futuristic crossover rather than a hulking SUV. Lucid's design language emphasizes smooth, aerodynamic surfaces, a low-slung greenhouse, and a clean front fascia that hints at the company's sedan DNA, while giving the Gravity a distinct presence. B-roll! Slow dolly shots around the grille area, wheel arches, flush door handles, rooftop rails. Insert a silhouette overlay to show how the long wheelbase translates to interior space. Point out the aerodynamic engineering. Lucid leverages a high-voltage architecture and careful packaging to keep drag low for range optimization. Wired move into packaging and interior space. The Gravity aims to be a genuinely usable 3-row family vehicle. The long wheelbase and smart packaging give generous second-row legroom and a third row that's more accommodating than many rivals. Lucid markets it as seating for up to 7 with true adult comfort in many configurations. Materials inside skew upscale, soft-touch surfaces, layered ambient lighting, and minimalist controls that favor a large, crisp driver display and passenger interfaces. B-roll. Glide through the cabin. Close-ups of seat stitching. Second-row captain's chairs if equipped. Sliding armrest details. Cargo area overlay? Seats up to 7. Lucid Motors Wired now dig into the powertrain and driving character. Explain that the Gravity uses Lucid's high-voltage battery architecture and multi-motor setups across the range. Higher trims push peak outputs up to the reported 828 horsepower, which translates to brisk acceleration despite the size and weight of the package. Lucid's tuning emphasizes composed delivery rather than explosive, harassing thrust. The Gravity accelerates quickly, but without the jarring shove some EVs use. So passengers feel refined comfort, even while performance numbers impress. B-roll. Launch footage. Powertrain. Animation. Showing. Motor placement. POV of the instrument cluster during hard acceleration. Wild talk numbers, but contextualize them. Lucid quotes an EPA's estimated top range around 450 miles for select trims, which places the Gravity among the range leaders in the SUV class. It makes it a genuine long-distance cruiser. That range, combined with a highly capable charging system, changes how families think about long trips. Fewer stops and more flexibility on route planning. B-roll. Animated range gauge slowly dropping on a long highway. Overlay showing up to 450 miles EPA. Home Lucid Motors, charging is the next must-cover chapter. Because it directly affects usability, the Gravity supports very high charging rates. And Lucid says it can add roughly 200 miles of range in about 11 minutes at peak rates on capable DC fast chargers, an important real-world advantage that shortens pit stops on road trips. Point out that peak charging depends on charger availability, battery state, and ambient conditions. So use the rapid charge figure as a best-case headline and show a realistic test. Example, 10 to 80% or a measured add of 200 miles. To set expectations. B-roll. Plug-in and charge meter close-ups. Time-lapse of a charging session. Shots at both a public 350 kilowatt station and a slower charger to show contrast. Lucid Motors discuss ride handling and NVH. Explain how Lucid tunes suspension and steering to balance comfort for family use with the agility expected from the brand. Air suspension options. Adaptive damping and available reaxial steering help the tall vehicle feel more planted and nimble than its silhouette suggests. The Gravity's refinement is deliberate. Road noise is well controlled, and the cabin remains composed, even on high-speed stretches. B-roll. Smooth highway cruising. Lane change maneuvers. Slow motion of wheel and suspension travel. Insert an overlay comparing ride modes. Car and driver and cover the practical stuff families care about. Cargo space, towing, and daily usability. Show the cargo area with seats up and folded, highlight the presence or size of a frunk, if available, and mention towing capacity. If Lucid has published figures, Lucid has suggested robust utility for the Gravity alongside its luxury focus, so stress that it's meant as a true everyday multi-role vehicle. Demonstrate ingress, egress for third-row passengers, and the ergonomics of loading child seats. B-roll! Third row! Boarding demo! Cargo loading! With suitcases! Frunk open. Close-ups of queue folders and storage cubbies. Wired. Cast direct. Talk about tech and interior features. Lucid equips the Gravity with a modern digital architecture. Large driver displays, intuitive HVAC and comfort controls, advanced driver assistance systems, and a software-forward approach that supports regular updates. Mention optional luxury touches like premium audio, multi-zone climate, and bespoke materials. And note that early reviewers call out some initial software quirks that Lucid will likely address via OTA patches. B-roll. Screen swipes, voice command demo, ambient lighting transitions. Close-ups of premium speaker grills. Wired +1 do a quick performance. Vignette. Place the Gravity in a few realistic performance contexts, merging confidently onto a freeway, passing on a 2-lane road, and a measured 0 to 60 pull, if available. Lucid has quoted 0 to 60 times in the low to mid 3-second range for high-output variants, delivering sports car-like acceleration that still feels composed. Use on-screen graphics of speed, time, and a gentle G-meter to make the performance tangible for viewers. B-roll. Acceleration run. Telemetry. Overlays. Cockpit POV, showing calm interior during hard acceleration. Now discuss pricing and trims so viewers have a purchase. Context. Give the starting MSRP band and the expected price span for higher trims or feature-rich configurations. Explain that Lucid positions the Gravity as a premium product that's priced to compete with high-end luxury SUVs while offering a unique blend of range, tech, and efficiency that can justify the premium for buyers who want both family utility and electric performance. B-roll, dealership, walk-around shots. Price overlay graphics with trim callouts. KBB.com. Finish with a clear verdict and target buyer. Summarize who the Gravity is for. Families and tech-focused buyers who want thrillo practicality without sacrificing range or performance, and who value a premium, software-forward, ownership experience. Mention any trade-offs discovered in early reviews, software polish, slight compromises in roofline headroom for very tall passengers, or hardware quirks, so the verdict feels balanced. Invite viewers to weigh in. Ask whether they'd take a Gravity over a competing large EV like the Tesla Model X. Rivian Satu S or a luxury ICE SUV. B-roll. Final cinematic driving shots into sunset. Close-ups of Lucid badge on the grille. Car and driver that wraps up our first look at the Lucid Gravity. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments who you'd take the Gravity up against in a spec comparison. And thanks for watching!